All right, Shalom. I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right. Feed the sheep with the latest news. All right. This is, just kind of hitting the button. All right. And just seeing where the spirit takes me. All right. But a few articles lined up here. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. All right. But before we get started, I want to make sure the sound is good on the on the feed real quick, and then we'll get into it. Okay, bear with me. All right, we good to go. So yeah. So let's get right to it. Again, feed the sheep with the latest news. All right, today is December 27, 2025. All right, just a couple more days away from the so-called New Year. And look at the shit that's already happened before we even cross over to the year of 2026. All right. So I saw a couple of these videos floating online. All right. This first video here is going into so-called white people are on the verge of extinction. All right, which is prophecy. Real quick, as the scriptures tell us. All right. Bear with me. Computer's moving a little slow, so be patient with me. This is 2nd Ezra 6. Okay. All right. 2nd Ezra 6:1. It says, and he said unto me, in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or ever the winds blew. Verse 2, it says, before it thundered and lightened, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, before the innumerable multitude of the angels were gathered together. Verse 4, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, or ever the chimneys in Zion were hot. Verse 5, and ere the present years were sought out, and or ever the inventions of them that now sin would turn, before they were sealed, that have gathered faith for a treasure. Verse 6, it says, then I did consider these things, and they were all made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they should be ended, and by no other. All right, so as the Lord established, everything, the Lord is going to be responsible for ending everything. Okay, as he said, it says, then did I consider these things, and they were all made through me alone. Okay, speaking about what? The creation, man. Okay, and through none other, and by me also they should be ended, and by none other. Then answered I and said, what should be the parting asunder of times, right? What should be the parting asunder, the dividing of an age, a period of time? What shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall the end of the first, or what shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that follow? Right, the end of what? This current dominion, this period of age. Okay, when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he saith unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first to Esau, symbolizing, Jacob. Okay, the Israelites pulling the Edomites from power, man. That Jacob would be on the heels of Esau. Okay, and his time is coming. All right. Verse 9, the point. 2nd Ezra 6:9, where Esau is the end of the world. Okay, so that alone tells us that the Edomites would be ruling in the end of the world. Okay, prime example, Isaiah the 63rd chapter. Okay, that prophecy in the Old Testament has not been fulfilled yet. When Yahushua comes back to take down the infrastructure of Esau, Edom. Who is this that coming from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? Okay, so this is more proof again that Esau would be the end of this current world, this current dominion, this current age. Okay, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right, so that's what's coming. We're in that transition, as we always talk about. All right, we're in that transitionary period where the wicked is going down. Okay, and the Lord is raising Jacob up. So again, going into this video, as it says, white people are on the verge of extinction. Okay, that's prophecy. Let's play it.
Talking about this more. We are on the verge of global extinction, according to Wall Street. Why aren't white people talking about this more? We are on the verge of global extinction, according to Wall Street Apes, the most reputable news source on X. As you can see, 100 years ago, we represented about 35% of the population. 50 years ago, 20%. 25 years ago, 15%. Today, just 8%. And in the United States of America, in 2046, white people will be considered a minority. Elon Musk is the only one that gets it. If current trends continue, whites will go from being a small minority of world population today to virtually extinct. I've come up with a solution that will actually prevent this mass extinction level event for white people everywhere. And it's quite simple. All you have to do is fuck more. What is wrong with you? Just fuck your wives. You can't get your dicks up because you're too busy running your mouth, blaming minorities for all of your fucking problems. Just fuck more. That's the whole fucking game. That's why God put you on this fucking earth, and you're not doing your fucking job. I did my part. I have 2 white ass little kids. Now, when the retribution eventually fucking comes, they're going to have to answer for what our ancestors have done. But that's the whole fucking fear for all of you. Otherwise, who cares? Who gives a shit?
Yeah, we got to answer that with scripture. All right, because he made a valid point. You know, his children is going to have to answer for the sins of their forefathers, right? That's prophecy, man. All right. We know how you Edomites get down anyway. You don't really like women anyway. All right. We know how your great culture is. All right, going back to the damn Greeks and the Romans. Okay, which that's you. We know how you roll. We see the fruits of it today with this PDF shit. Okay, the man boy lover association, all this madness that's being pushed on children, the trafficking. All of that, man. So we know how you Edomites get down. This is why that also contributes to why you're not reproducing as well. But anyway, the point he was saying, Isaiah 14, right? This is Isaiah 14 and 21. It says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, right? You got to pay for the sins of your forefathers, which was you anyway. Okay? You are your forefathers coming back in the reincarnation. Okay, prepare slaughter for his children. Slaughter is coming for the Edomites, man, and they know it too. That's why he was saying that's the fear that they have in the back of their minds. They know that their recompense is due, right? Like the Edomite woman from the Mist, the movie Mist that came out in 2007. All right, we've been using them clips where she said that she said the bill is due and it must be paid. Right? There is one God, the God of the Israelites. All right. All you brothers and sisters out there seeing the clips. So they know in the back of their mind what's overdue. They know what's coming, man. You know, and they know that the Lord eventually is going to bring that recompense. Right? Isaiah 14:21, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities, right? So they know that their inevitable end is coming, man. There's another one I was thinking about, and real quick, was Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. All right. Yep. Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. That which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been, and Yahweh Shem Yahushua requireth which is past. See that? The Most High requires what happened in the past. All right, so there is no such thing as let bygones be bygones, man. Okay, everything that happened in the past is going to be reaccounted for, man. And these Edomites, whether they believe it or not, all right, this is what they fight with internally in their spirit, because they know that it has to happen. Okay. Where's that one in Job, right? Where it talks about if his children, how's it go? If his children be multiplied, let me see if I can find it. I think it's in Job. Let's say Job 20. Let me find it real quick. I can't think it off the top of my head, but I just want to get that. And then we'll go back to the video there, right? It says, if his children be multiplied, it is for the sword. All right. As a matter of fact, a brother can post that if he can on the comment board, right? But let's get back to it, right? Not to waste time. All right. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword. All right. But anyway, let's go back to the video real fast. All right.
If white people, you can't get your dicks up because you're too busy running your mouth blaming minorities for all of your fucking problems. Just fuck more. That's the whole fucking game. That's why God put you on this fucking earth, and you're not doing your fucking job. I did my part. I have 2 white ass little kids. Now, when the retribution eventually fucking comes, they're going to have to answer for what our ancestors have done. But that's the whole fucking fear for all of you. Otherwise, who cares? Who gives a shit if white people are a minority in the future? It doesn't fucking matter. The only reason why you care, white people, is because you know how you treat minorities. And you fear, rightfully so, what the fuck's going to happen to you in the future. Hopefully, my kids' friends see videos of me and they give them a fucking pass because they are in for a world of hurt. Why aren't white people talking about this more? We are on the verge of global extinction, according to Wall Street Apes, the most reputable news source on X. As you can see, 100 years ago, we represented about 35% of the population. 50 years ago, 20%. 25 years ago, 15%. Today, just 8%. And in the United States of America, in 2046, white people will be considered a minority. Elon Musk is the only one that gets it. If current trends continue, whites will go from being a small minority of world population today to virtually extinct. I've come up with a solution that will actually prevent this mass extinction level event for white people everywhere. And it's quite simple. All you have to do is fuck more. What is wrong with you? Just fuck your wife.
Yeah, Salakia. The video kept going. It wouldn't stop. But anyway, all right. You get it. Thawada for the precept. All right. Lionheart, 1275. All right. This is Job 27 and 14.
Why aren't problems? Just fuck more. Yeah, that's the whole fucking
shit playing on its own. Anyway, what was it saying? Job 27 and 14. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword. See that? This is why the Lord, is allowing these at that point in time, the Lord allowed these Edomites to increase to where they are now. Okay, because they're all being reserved for destruction, is my point. All right, and these Edomites, like he was saying in the video, a lot of these Edomites have that same, sentiment, man, in their spirit. They know that the eventual, justice is going to come. Job 27 and 14. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and it says, "And his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread." So they know. Okay, they know what's up, man. All right, and I want to grab this as well. All right, because we're done with that video. All right, and bear with me, computers on that bullshit. Anyway, what was the scripture I was holding? Let's go to just to add on to about the Esau, the Edomites becoming extinct, on the verge of extinction. All right, this is Proverbs 3 and verse 33. Bear with me. All right, so this is Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 33, and it reads, it says, "The curse of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, is in the house of the wicked." See that? And these Edomites are cursed. All right, they're bound for complete destruction. Okay, nothing. The idea of trying to revamp and make America great again and bring this place to its former glory is not going to happen. This place is cursed. Okay, the Lord is reserving this place for the ultimate destruction. So nothing is going to prosper. Right? This is why society is at the brink of destruction here. Okay, the decadence that has spread all over America, worldwide, those wicked ones of philosophies, the distrust of the people, okay, the lack of confidence that people have in this government, okay, everything it's been set up in the spirit for this place not to prosper on. So again, the curse of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, is in the house of the wicked. All right, who's the wicked? The Edomites. But he blesseth the habitation of the just. Right? Here's another one. All right, Psalm 119 and verse 21. Okay. This is Psalm 119 and verse 21. It says, Thou hast rebuked the proud that are cursed. See? Thou hast rebuked the proud that are cursed, which do err from thy commandments, right? Because the Edomites are not they're not the righteous people. Okay, they put off the statute commandments, man. Scripture say that in Habakkuk, that his spirit is not upright in him, right? So the proud, thou hast rebuked the proud that are cursed, right? Again, the Most High regards the Edomites as the children of pride. Let me see if I can find that. That's Job. I can type it in. Children of pride. The Edomites are the children of pride. And what does the scripture say about pride? Pride goes before destruction. All right. Yeah. It says Job 41 and 34. He beholdeth all high things. He is king over all the children of pride. That's the Edomites, man. You are the children of pride, the proud. Okay. And your time is up. Okay. This is what this Edomite was going into in this quick video. Okay. The Edomite population is going extinct. Okay. So anyway, let's go on to the next point. Right. Let's say just hitting the button. Okay, because there's a lot of things that happen over the so-called holiday. All right, while people were distracted and eating all types of bullshit and caught into the traditions of the world and all of that. Okay, war is being prepared. Major false flag events are getting ready to go down. All right, and we're here to declare that to you. All right. So this right here, it goes into Trump celebrated Christmas by bombing Nigeria. All right. And I saw 2 videos online I want to add after this just to show you what's really going on concerning America and Nigeria. All right.
So Trump just celebrated Christmas by going on a crazed social media spree and launching what he called a powerful and deadly strike against ISIS terrorist scum, announcing that the military executed numerous perfect strikes in northwest Nigeria, as only the United States is capable of doing, then claiming that Islamic State militants have been targeting and viciously killing primarily innocent Christians at levels not seen for many years and even centuries, and then finishing, under my leadership, our country will not allow radical Islamic terrorism to prosper. May God bless our military and Merry Christmas to all, including the dead terrorists, of which there will be many more if their slaughter of Christians continues. Now, to be clear, unlike numerous other strikes that we've seen in the news recently, these strikes were done with the backing and cooperation of the Nigerian government. But unlike Trump, Nigeria's foreign minister stressed that its fight is against terrorism in any form and that it has nothing to do with any particular religion. Also, experts noted that terrorist groups there target Christians and Muslims. Right, in August, for example, a gunman slaughtered at least 50 worshippers at a mosque, and this week someone bombed another mosque, which killed at least
Salakia.
5. In fact, of all the civilian killings since 2020, where we know the victims religion, those targeting Muslims killed 100 more people than those targeting Christians. Regardless of the reality on the ground, he's
bear with me.
President Trump. He's gone to war in more and more parts of the globe, from Nigeria and Syria to Iran and the Caribbean. And notably, after Secretary Pete Hegseth said that there is more to
fix this drag that's going on. All right, bear with me 1 second. What the fuck is going on here, man? All right, 1 second. Hold on. Bear with me. All right. Let's see. Almost there. Hold on. It's just crazy. All right. Anyway, so as you heard here, all right, what's going on? I'll play it again. Lord willing, it go through. But this is what they're saying on the this is the narrative, right? That's been put out there about the real reason why they're dropping bombs, why they drop bombs in Nigeria over Christmas, because of there's so-called Christians in Nigeria that are being persecuted and all of that by terrorists and shit. But we're gonna get to the real reason, because you'll be a fool to think that Trump cares about some so-called Christians in Nigeria being persecuted. It's beyond that, man. All right, that's just the cover up. All right. So let me play this again and we'll get into the real deal. All right, let me see if it plays.
So Trump just celebrated Christmas by going on a crazy social media spree and launching what he called a powerful and deadly strike against ISIS terrorist scum, announcing that the military executed numerous perfect strikes in northwest Nigeria, as only the United States is capable of doing, then claiming that Islamic State militants have been targeting and viciously killing primarily innocent Christians at levels not seen for many years and even centuries, and then finishing, under my leadership, our country will not allow radical Islamic terrorism to prosper. May God bless our military, and Merry Christmas to all, including the dead terrorists, of which there will be many more if their slaughter of Christians continues. Now, to be clear, unlike numerous other strikes that we've seen in the news recently, these strikes were done with the backing and cooperation of the Nigerian government. But unlike Trump, Nigeria's foreign minister stressed that its fight is against terrorism in any form and that it has nothing to do with any particular religion. Also, experts noted that terrorist groups there target Christians and Muslims. Right in August, for example, a gunman slaughtered at least 50 worshippers at a mosque, and this week someone bombed another mosque, which killed at least 5.
And that's Jake out there, by the way. All right. These are Jakes out there that are going through false flags and T attacks. Okay.
Of all the civilian killings since 2020, where we know the victim's religion, those targeting Muslims killed 100 more people than those targeting Christians. Regardless of the reality on the ground, peace President Trump, he's gone to war in more and more parts of the globe, from Nigeria and Syria to Iran and the Caribbean. And notably, after the Christmas Day strike, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said that there is more to come. So let me know your reactions.
Yeah, so these devils are saying there's more strikes, more acts of T to come. All right, so this is an act of war that's been committed against Nigeria. Now I thought these two clips here were interesting, and we'll get to the scriptures in a second, but I just want to tie it all together. So check this out. I saw these two videos online. All right, so let's play this first.
Let me tell you why, Mark. I know you're familiar with Ibrahim Traore and the Sahel Alliance. Ibrahim Traore is the president of Burkina Faso. You also have the president of Niger, Chiani, and you have General Goita of Mali, right? Right. The real reason, Art, and I need you to get this, the real reason Donald Trump wants to invade northern Nigeria, Art, has nothing to do with Black Christians. Nothing to do with my Christian brothers and sisters.
Yeah, we said that as soon as we heard the news about this shit. All right, it ain't got nothing to do with so-called Black Christians, man. It's bigger than that. All right, all of a sudden, all this shit that's going on in America, but now your eyes are set. Now you got interest of protecting so-called Black Christians in Nigeria. All right, what a fucking joke. Okay.
The north. Northern Nigeria sits under what country, Art? Northern Nigeria sits right under Niger, one of the 3 countries in the Sahel Alliance. Nigeria borders Niger. And why is Niger so important, Art? Who is the #1 supplier of uranium in the world? Niger. Do you know what you need uranium for, Art? Nuclear missiles, nuclear bombs, nuclear technology, nuclear warheads. Niger is the #1 supplier of uranium. And in the nuclear age, Art, uranium is the vibranium of Black Panther. In the nuclear age, uranium is the vibranium that they talked about in the Black Panther movie. So the reason Donald Trump needs to get into northern Nigeria, Art, so they can invade and try to overthrow President Chiani in Niger so they can get control of the uranium. Are you with me so far? I follow you. Not only
It's always been about resources, man. All right. And it was the same thing years ago. We were reporting on this too. The whole situation with Iran. All right. Apparently they have abundant resources of uranium, right? Which that uranium is used to create nuclear weapons. And this is why the whole controversy about them stopping Iran from making a nuclear weapon and all of that, it was always about that, man. So apparently Nigeria has, a big, uranium deposits out there that America wants. So it's always about, taking resources. The scriptures say, and we'll get in a second. I'm gonna finish this out.
only does Niger have uranium, they have gold and other resources. And then next to Niger, you have who? Mali. Mali has gold, Mali has copper, Mali has zinc, and unlimited natural resources. And then Burkina Faso is only a hop, skip, and a jump from northern Nigeria. And you know they want to get rid of Ibrahim Traore, and we pray to God and the ancestors that never happens, but they want to get rid of Ibrahim Traore because he's the leader. And what does Burkina Faso have a whole lot of? Gold, Art. Donald Trump wants to geopolitically and strategically put the U.S. military in northern Nigeria so they have easy access to invade Niger right above, Mali right above to the left, and Burkina Faso right above even further to the left. Do you see that? Right, I see. This is about overthrowing independent African states, Art. Donald Trump don't give a damn about no Black Christians in Nigeria. He don't care about the ones here. So for my sister, Nicki Minaj, to go to the United Nations, that's crazy, and give voice to Donald Trump's false flag of caring about Christian Nigerians and Black Africa is a disservice to her race. That's crazy.
Yeah. So let's get the scriptures real quick, man, because
Trump don't see them. He only sees the one in Nigeria. And let me tell you why, Art. I know you're familiar with.
Okay, hold on. Hopefully this won't play again. All right, cool. So let's get that in Habakkuk real quick. Bear with me. All right, that's Habakkuk 2. Okay. Because I did a lesson like a few years ago going into, just it's all about, taking the resources from these lands. This is what Esau does. Right? This is Habakkuk 2, verse 4. Okay, this Habakkuk 2 and 4 says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Right? Verse 5, Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine. Who's the Edomite? It says, yea, also because he transgressed by wine. What does the wine represent? The philosophies. Okay, the wicked wines and philosophies that he pushes. All right, via America. Right? Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. See that? We just talked about that earlier. It's the spirit. Okay. The Edomites are known as the children of pride. Okay, the curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked. Okay, the children of pride. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. See that? He's everywhere, all over the earth. Right? I had a video I had queued up. I want to play it, but they might try to give me a strike. But pretty much in the video, this Edomite is breaking down on how the small hats, the tiny tops, they actually have an anti-semantics task force that's going to police the world to control and look out for any type of form of anti-Semantics that's coming from any nation. They got a whole they have a world task force that's behind, the computers and everything, right? Worldwide, watching the comments on the unicorn, the internet, anything that goes against what they're saying, their narrative, right? So that adds into that as well. This nigga is everywhere, man. Now he's bombing Nigeria for what? The uranium and the gold and other resources, man. It was never about so-called black Christians, being under persecution. Okay, that was the smokescreen. Neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell and his death. Right. So everywhere that he goes, hell and death follows, man. The overthrowing of governments, how they set up economic hitmen, all right, to take out their leaders so they could establish their leader to forward the Western agenda. Okay, everywhere they go, hell and destruction follows them, man. Who enlarges his desires. So look what's going on in Nigeria now. All right, shit is getting blown up. They just drop missiles out there, man, in the name of protecting so-called black Christians. Right? Hell, you don't even care about the black Christians over here. Yet alone Nigeria, who enlarges his desire as hell and is his death and cannot be satisfied, man. He can't be satisfied. He wants the world and everything in it. We're at the point now where he's trying to use this technology to harbor your soul so that he could be a god over you. All right? And cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people, right? So that's his mindset. That's how he operates, man. All right. And we're coming to a time where he's trying to push a one world government and put the whole entire planet under captivity through a digital enslavement, man. He's actually at the point of trying to pull this off, man. So anyway, let me play this one too. Let's add on, because this is what's really going on, right? As a matter of fact, before I play that, let me find something real quick, as I had made mention about the lesson I did a few years ago. Let me see if I can find it. I want to just pull it up on the tab if I can, because I had a photo that I had used for the lesson. All right, bear with me one second. Yeah, here we go. Because Umar had made mention about the uranium and the gold and the art and shit like that. And this is what Esau has always done. I want to pull this up too. Like I said, I did a lesson going into this before. Here it is right here. All right. But it's all about right here. It says the big question, and this came out years ago. It says the big question: should Britain return Africa's stolen treasures? It says Davina Morris examines the ongoing debate over Britain's acquisition of priceless African artifacts. All right, and this is Jake here, man. Okay, so all they see the so-called European, so-called white man came throughout Africa, exploited it, took all the resources, as they're doing to this day. As you see right now, you got China up in there, Russia up in there, and what are they doing? Exploiting the people, taking the resources. This never stopped, but this is what he does. All right, they go in the lands. Was it Micah? Right, Micah, the second chapter. Just speaking out loud, man. Right. This is Micah 2:1. Woe to the oppressors. Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand, right? Esau is in the power seat, man. The earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. The Edomite is ruling. As we just read, 2 Ezra 6:9, Esau would be the end of the world. Verse 2, and they covet fields and take them by violence. Look what's going on in Nigeria. Look what's going on in Venezuela. Okay, they want the resources. They want the oil. Okay, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. This is what they do. This is the primary characteristic of the Edomite. Okay, Micah 2:2 in the NLT. It says, when you want a piece of land, you find a way to seize it, right? As we read in Habakkuk, man. All right. Neither do he keep at home, right? You find a way to seize it. It says, when you want a piece of land, you find a way to seize it. When you want someone's house, you take it by fraud and violence. See? How did he get America? You cheat a man of his property, stealing his family's inheritance. You see that? It's all about taking your inheritance, your resources, the gold, whatever, the oil, whatever their desire is. They're gonna come and take it, man. Which makes my point, man. As Umar was talking about. All right, they want the uranium, they want the gold, they want the resources. This is what the Edomites have always done and continue to do. Right? Let's add some more.
Trump and the US bombed Nigeria on Christmas Day. The claim is that it was a retaliation for terror attacks against Christians on Christmas Eve and to protect Christians from further persecution. Contrary to what many would have you believe, this is a dark moment for Nigeria and West Africa. And I'm going to explain why foreign military intervention, especially from America, is more dangerous than any terrorist insurgents. Pay attention. I found out about the strikes at 4 a.m. in the morning. I immediately made a video but didn't release it because it was filled with emotion. It's not every day you wake up to hear America bombed your country. It was specifically the northwestern parts of Nigeria in Sokoto. This is important because it's technically in the Sahel, the area that stretches across Africa from east to west. It includes Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, which all had recent coups and are vehemently anti-US, France, and the West. Now, are there Christians who have been targeted by extremists in the north? Yeah.
Right, Salaki. So now you understand. Now it all makes sense. All right, these leaders of these groups out here in Nigeria, they're all against the Western hegemony. As you said, the West, France, US. Now everything is making sense.
West. It includes Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, which all had recent coups and are vehemently anti-US, France, and the West. Now, are there Christians who have been targeted by extremists in the north? Yes. Are Christians the only victims of extremism in the north? No. The framing of this as a crusade to save Nigerian Christians is propaganda. It's designed to diffuse any pushback from the global community, specifically black community. An imperialist force, white people dropping bombs on black people. Horrible optics by today's standards. Now it's okay. Why? Because the targets are the bad guys persecuting Christians. I told you in my State of the African Union address at the start of the year, 2025 is when Africa rises. I was more than right. What's happening is not an accident, and I'm deeply concerned for the future of Nigeria and West Africa as a whole. Can you tell me one time in history the US has launched bombing strikes or become entangled in African affairs militarily when it ended well for Africa in the long term? Do I need to remind you of Libya, Somalia? This is
this is an invasion. All right. This is another invasion that's going on by Babylon, America, man, as we just read in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. Right. It said that Habakkuk 2:5, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell and as death, and cannot be satisfied, man. This is what they do. Okay? They invade lands, they take resources, man, oppress people, destroy nations, right?
I'm entangled in African affairs militarily when it ended well for Africa in the long term. Do I need to remind you of Libya, Somalia? This is a precursor to a US military base in Nigeria. That's a matter of time. Any Nigerian allowing their anger with Tinubu or the Nigerian government to cloud their judgment is making a grave mistake. America is not our ally. America is America's ally. And you know who taught me that? Black Americans. Because they know the most about how America operates, which is why I continue to champion shared knowledge between us. This is the start of a 7-part series on this situation, and I will take you step by step on how to process this most pivotal time in West African history. In the next video, I will tell you why Trump had to strike Nigeria on Christmas Day. And no, it had nothing to do with righteousness. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and remember to subscribe, follow, like, and share.
There you go. So hey, people all over are seeing what's really going on, as it said in Isaiah the 25th chapter, I want to say, right? The Lord said he was going to remove that veil. All right, so people are hip to the operations of this place, man. All right, like I said, as soon as we had heard the story, we knew it wasn't about no damn black Christians in Nigeria, man. Okay, it's about the resources. It's about the uranium. Okay, what else? The oil, gold, whatever they need, whatever they have their eyes on, they're planning to take. And like you said, they're going to eventually try to set up a military base out there. That's what they do. Okay, this is Rome 2.0. Anyway, so moving on. All right, I just want to hit different things here. So I want to get into this real fast before we wrap it all up. These last few things here. So this is from I saw the elders go through this yesterday. Just wanted to add my 2 cents in as well. All right, but this is from the people.com. It says Donald Trump rants about Epstein, Democrats as he threatens Americans to enjoy what may be your last Christmas, right? So hey, Trump be talking that shit, man. Right? He said, enjoy what may be your last Christmas. And that's the spirit. You got to read between the lines, man. Okay? He letting you know that sooner or later, this shit is going to go down. Okay? And Lord willing, this is the last so-called Christmas on this side, man, for these fucking people, man. Okay? Because, America is on the brink of total destruction, man. And there's no stopping it. It's like a freight train on the train track, man. There's nothing you can do. It's coming full speed, man. Okay, it says Trump continues to be on the offensive as more batches of the Epstein files are released. Yeah, he's cooked. Okay, he's getting caught up in all his lies. All right, that was the main reason why he lost his MAGA fan base, man. Fucking MAGA fell apart. Okay, nobody wanted, because people are waking up. Okay, all these people that are so-called politicians and leaders and government officials, they're all tied into this nasty shit, man. The PDF files, the trafficking of kids, and they keep putting it out here like, it's just little girls. No, it's little boys too. This is what people fail to get. They keep pushing that. Oh yeah, there was trafficking little girls. No, they was sexually abusing little boys too. You see what I'm saying? That's what's really going on, man. This is why, again, this place is fucking over. Right? Real fast, just thinking out loud. What is that? And because you can't get away from this shit. It's everything the Lord said, everything that was in the dark would eventually come to light. And this is why this is all part of America's downfall, man. This is why they gotta shit is so bad, they gotta bring forth some type of false flag to divert the attention, man. To take the steam off of them. So we know that something major is getting ready to happen sooner or later. All right, this is Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitude of whoredoms of the welfare of a harlot, mischief of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcraft, right? Because America is spiritually Nineveh. Okay, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms. All right, I saw a post from the president of China, the leader of China. All right, he said that they're ban OnlyFans because that caused too much degeneracy. He said it was a Western disease or something like that. Let me see if I can find it. Salaki for not having it queued up. Let me just see if I can find it. Bear with me, because I like to show y'all these things, man. Right? But again, OnlyFans, whoredom. Okay, pornography. Okay, that's a Western disease, and who's behind it? The tiny top, the small hat, right? Let me see if I can find it real quick, and we'll get back to it. Not to be all over the place. I saw this like yesterday. I thought I had saved it. Hold on. It was like a quick little post. Somebody had put it on the gram. Hold on 1 second. All right, let me check one more spot. We'll get back to it. Like I said, just letting the spirit Move how it move, news and prophecy, feed the sheep with the latest news, right? Let's see. Is it here? All right, nope, it's not there. Last spot. If it's not there, then we'll just move on from here and get back to it. Let me check this last little spot here. Yeah, all right. So yeah, I don't got it. So anyway, but that's what he said. All right, that ties back into those wines and philosophies, man. Okay. All right, but anyway, back in Nahum 3 and 5, it says, "Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shah of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame." And the whole world is watching America burn in flames, bro. You see what I'm saying? This Epstein thing and the trafficking of kids and all of that shit, man. The rituals, the shit that goes on in Hollywood, the celebrities, everything, man. All the nasty work about this place is being revealed, man, and the whole world is seeing it, right? And Trump is ready to crash out, right? Trump continues to be on the offensive as more batches of the Epstein files are released. All right, let's see what we get here. Yeah, we're not going to read this whole article. The points here, need to know. It says Donald Trump used Truth Social to rant about Jeffrey Epstein. Democrats are once again the election in an event in an evening post on Christmas 2025. Point 2, Trump claimed he was, quote, actually the only one who did drop Jeffrey Epstein. Point 3, the Department of Justice, DOJ, has released thousands more files in connection with the investigations into sex trafficker Epstein, man. So it's just nasty all around, through and through, man. Okay, and he's mad, man, because he and his powerful business buddies and, you know, tech guys, whatever, all those guys that are connected and tied to him are all being exposed. And it's both sides. It's just not Democrats, it's Republicans too. It's everybody, man. Okay, so it's going down, right? Let's play this real quick. Okay, I saw this on the feed as well, just to add in. It says Trump cornered by his own pathetic lies. This is like 2 days ago, right?
When Donald Trump put up a Truth Social post about never having been on Jeffrey Epstein's plane, Trump didn't hedge or use squishy language. He didn't qualify on Epstein's plane, or as far as I can remember sitting here today, I've never been on Epstein's plane. What Trump said previously about this is, quote, "This is what the Democrats do to their Republican opponent, who is leading them by a lot in the polls. This is AI, and it is very dangerous for our country. Also, I was never on Epstein's plane."
And see, and this is the spirit. We've been saying this, right? Because shit is getting so, things are getting exposed so hardcore, you know, and we know that this AI is getting so real that you can't tell from what's real and what's fake. Any type of scandal or whatever, any type of corruption that gets exposed, they could just blame this shit on AI. And we've been saying that, man. That was the whole purpose of AI, man. When shit started getting leaked out there and put in the forefront, right? Hey, all the devil got to do is just be like, yo, that's AI. You see, which is going to further what? More confusion. But we in the know, hey, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices.
Or at his stupid island. Strong laws ought to be developed against AI. It will be a big and very dangerous problem in the future. Trump said clearly, "I have never been on Epstein's plane." That statement is now definitively false. In the newly released Justice Department records related to Jeffrey Epstein, there's the 2020 email we looked at yesterday. It is from a prosecutor stating, flight logs show Trump has been on Epstein's plane at least 8 times, including flights with Ghislaine Maxwell. We learned about this because of the letter from the Epstein files, which we looked at yesterday. It is up on the screen. And the email written on January 7th, 2020 says, "For your situational awareness, wanted to let you know that the flight records we received yesterday reflect that Donald Trump traveled on Epstein's private jet many more times than previously has been reported or that we were aware, including during the period we would expect to charge in a Maxwell case. In particular, he is listed as a passenger at least on at least 8 flights between 93 and 96, including at least 4 flights on which Maxwell was also present. He is listed as having traveled with, among others, at various times, Marla Maples, his daughter Tiffany, and his son Eric. On one flight in 93, he and Epstein are the only 2 listed passengers. On another, the only 3 passengers are Epstein, Trump, and then 20-year-old, name redacted. On 2 other flights, 2 of the passengers, respectively, were women who could be possible witnesses in a Maxwell case. So this matters for a very simple reason. Trump didn't deny wrongdoing on the flights. He denied ever being on the plane. And the denial was not ambiguous. It was a categorical. I have never been on Epstein's plane. He didn't say the number of flights I took is exaggerated. He didn't say the photos are misleading. He didn't say the stories are distorted. He said very simply, never been on Epstein's plane. We now have official documents indicating he was on it at least 8 times. So,
And it's probably more than that, man. And we're not going to watch this whole video. All right. The whole world knows that, again, these government officials, politicians, presidents, Hollywood actresses, actors are a bunch of Satanists and faggots and weirdos, bro. These are the people that are ruling the earth, bro. All right. So it's all coming out, man. This is how you know, again, we're at the end. Okay. Shit's about to go down. Let's add one more and then we'll close this thing up. Okay. Because all that's tuning in, you get the point, man. All right. All these niggas are nasty. All right. They're demons. Okay. Here's another point. This is from the reason.com. It says Justice Department says filming immigration raids is domestic terrorism. See that? Okay. Hey, things are becoming more draconian. So now if you're filming some illegal shit that's going on, all right, they can label you as a DT. You see? This is some bullshit, man. And it's gonna go, from immigration raids to people to the so-called police doing some wild illegal type of shit. And if you filming them, you see what I'm saying? So the scripture say who frameth mischief by a law. Okay? Because why? Because they know that they're doing foul shit and they don't want it to be reported. Remember, this is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. This is the leaked Justice Department memo directs federal prosecutors to press, quote, domestic terrorism charges against individuals who record immigration operations. You see that? So what that means, that's guilt, man. That means you're guilty. Because, hey, what they're doing, they want to be able to get away with shit, with heinous crimes without, answering for it, man. They don't want nobody seeing anything, reporting everything, So this shit is about to go up, man. You think it's bad now? Wait, hey, if this thing actually becomes a law, shit. These damn ICE agents, they gonna go overboard, man. But again, this is all gonna lead to what? The civil unrest, the civil wars that are coming out here, man. Okay? More gasoline for the fire. After leaving the Chicago area in November, U.S. Border Control Commander Gregory Bovino made an unexpected turn on December 16th, along with several hundred federal agents and a film crew, returning to the same aggressive tactics that sparked protests earlier this year. Local officials criticized Bovino for using immigration operations as a form of political theater. All right? It says, we're not going to read all of this. Let me get to the point. It says, we'll read on. It says, this activity is occurring alongside a film crew, which appears to be using these raids to create content at the expense of traumatizing families, right? And you see that all over the internet, man. They got all types of videos of these niggas kicking in doors and throwing flash grenades and snatching families up. Okay? Hey, through the spirit, I wasn't here, but my neighbor told me not too long ago that ICE came and got some of these Issacharites down the street. You know, all right, they had Issachar. It was like 5 of them. Had them on their knees in cuffs, guns at their head, all types of shit. This is what my neighbor told me. This happened like 2 or 3 weeks ago. You know, it says, said the spokesperson, these tactics are destabilizing, wrong, and must be condemned. Reading on here, it says, but this is not the first time a federal agency has filmed immigration operations for political theater. In addition to being tasked with carrying out record levels of deportations, the Department of Homeland Security under President Donald Trump has seemingly been transformed into a propaganda arm to sell the public on the president's increasingly unpopular immigration policies. Examples include a video posted on X by the DHS security Christian Noam of agents raiding a South Shore apartment building on September 30th, and a video posted on the DHS official Instagram account depicting various immigration arrests. All right, let's see if there's any more that we want to take from it. All right, so yeah, these devils love the power of cinema. All right, of making content out of destroying families and fucking Jake up. Right? Long article. Yeah, but the point is in the headline, man. They want to make a law where if you're filming what's actually going on, to label you a DT, man. Madness, wickedness, man. All right. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I'll wrap it up with this. All right. Like I said, it's all the spirit in no particular order. But this is Revelation 12. Okay. Because 2026 is definitely going to turn up. Okay. We all feel it in the spirit, man. We all know that this shit's about to go, man. All right. Revelation 12. In 12, it says, therefore rejoice, you heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time, man. So, all right, as we just showed you here, a Nero is about to lose his goddamn mind, man. All right, enjoy what may be your last Christmas. Okay, so it's up from here, as they say, right? All right, so hey, latest news. All right, feed the sheep. I pray that you are edified. Shalom to the next one. Shalom.